Hey everybody, this is going to be like a year in review and what I'm going to be working towards type of video, since it's nearing the end of 2018 and kind of just wanted to share like some progress and goals or whatever with you and what I plan on doing in 2019. So the easiest way I can do this is going to my Tumblr and looking at the archive and going month by month. It's not going to be like filled with art because beginning of 2018 I didn't really do a lot, but I was at least I didn't post a lot, and a lot of that stuff is on my other computer, and to you know copy and paste it just for the video, it's just a lot of work, and I don't want to go through all that, especially since it's not as organized as I have it now. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. So in 20 January, I didn't really like post a lot of artwork, but I did have a bunch of YouTube videos that I made. I made two, it looks like, which at that point I was trying to get back into it and start the new series, starting with 3.0, 3.1, and really making myself dedicate to publishing them more often. Otherwise, it was a pretty quiet month. And then in February, I was starting to put out more artwork as well. I don't usually do holiday themed art of any kind really, so this was like I guess my first time in a long time doing that of some of my original characters. I'm not too happy now with how I drew them, but that's okay. I know I can revisit that later and improve upon their design and stuff. And then I was getting used to Krita's tools again, like because they made some changes, and I think with the color management and the layers and stuff. And I want to try my hand at doing some, I guess, fan art of one of my characters in a game I play, which is Terra Online. She's a Valkyrie, and in my head I had this whole story for her and like adventures and all that stuff. So I kind of wanted to draw her and see what it looked like once I put her in my style. And then I actually made like a fish aquarium maintenance log, which was the first time I made something with a community in mind. And I actually asked like the fish community on Tumblr for a lot of feedback on it, and I was really proud of what I made with that. And then I put it on Etsy to sell, and it does fairly well. So I was really proud of myself for reaching out and going out of my comfort zone to make something that was actually usable versus, well, I guess this might work. And then March was kind of quiet. I did do some robot sketches, which is these little guys here. Let's see if I can get to the end. Yeah. So that was fun, and that was like my first art time lapse. No, it wasn't my first. It was my first in a while though. And again, I was going out of my comfort zone, which was kind of, I think, my subconscious theme in 2018 was to do things I don't normally do, which is a lot of fan art and mechanical stuff and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. And then there's like some pictures of like plants I got from my fish tank, so you can disregard that. Oh, and then I also started doing my story, Death at Shadow's Edge, is what it's named now. So that was something I was really happy that I got to do. Right now it's in a heavy revision, because I realized that my chapters are too long and that they really could have been split, and so I'm trying to make the flow of it better, and yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. Then April was kind of another quiet month. A lot of stuff with my fish, but I also started doing workflow tips. in Krita, and it was mainly supposed to be about doing things in Krita, but as I've been making them, I'm like, it's not just Krita, it's just workflow tips that you can apply to any program or any workflow, I guess, or any of your whatever medium you work in. It's not like, oh my gosh, you need to use this specific tool in Krita. So I made like 2 videos that month, I think, which is at that. No, I made yeah, I made 2. Did I make 2? One, maybe it was 4. Did a live stream and then 3. I'm just getting over like a cold or something or other, so I'm sorry if I sound a little weird. I was trying to put this off as much as I can till I got better, but it's just like lingering, so I'm sorry. And then like I did some fan art of Gretzko, and I finally watched it, and I love that show. It's just amazing. And this is a challenge because I didn't want to go the super cartoony style that they have for Sanrio's general like characters. So I try to apply a little bit of what I would like, my style, I guess, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's like not super cartoony, but because they still have a neck and everything. But I'm happy with it. I'm not too happy with how I did the computers, but that's okay. It was still fun. And then May was, I think, my turning point for my art journey, I guess. I participated in the mermaid thing, which I was like, I haven't drawn mermaids in forever. Let me try this challenge out. And I really, really had fun with it. I think I produced a lot of content that I'm proud of. I got 3 new characters out of it, potentially more, because I like her weird, like, deep sea creepiness. She doesn't have like a normal tail. She's kind of like an eel. So I want to revisit her, and then I do like this mer octopus guy. So I might revisit that and maybe make a story out of him. Maybe it'll be the same guy. I don't know, but I had a lot of fun with it, and I think it's the most I've ever finished art-wise before. Not so much in terms of color, but even line art. I mean, I really pushed to get finished line art in this, and I was really happy with it. So, and I got 2 colored pieces out of it. When I finished a couple days into June, which is also when I got my little kitten here. So she took up a lot of my time in June, which isn't a bad thing. I definitely don't regret it. She is the best cat I have ever had. When I was sick Thursday, I just couldn't get out of bed. I was like, I'm just gonna sleep all day. And she slept with me, like curled up next to me the whole time. She's been following me around, making sure I'm okay. She's a good cat. And then of course I still have some mermaid stuff going on. I guess Tumblr didn't like something I posted, so I can't even show that anymore. I continued doing more videos for YouTube, which I think this is the point where I was starting to do it weekly. And then July, I get, still kitten month, my little cat there. I started to draw on my phone a little bit more, which is where this came in. Because I thought about, like, well, if I'm in bed, I should start doing like some cool down sketches or something to keep my skills up, without taking it too seriously. And then I did the art fight thing, which is where these 2 images came from, which was weird. Not drawing them, but like the art fight thing is just, it was really bizarre to me, but it was fun. I didn't really get to do, I did like 3 images for that, because I just didn't have a lot of time, which is okay. Still had fun doing it. So yeah, and then I did 3D printing, and this is something I made in 3D, and then I printed it, and I was really happy with how it turned out. It's like seeing something you make come out to be a physical object is just really, really cool. August was the month of my birthday, so I had like a art raffle, and I continued to do some mermaid sketches and put out videos. I don't think I really did a lot of art posts, like art on the side that I can think of at the moment. I was running a lot of 3D stuff at the time that I didn't post, and work was kind of getting busy, so I just kind of got a little, not burnt out, but tired when I got home. September was definitely a quiet month. It was definitely hectic. I went out to California for 2 weeks at the end of September, and there was a lot of sculpting that I was trying to do to keep up with like a Sculptember where you sculpt every day. So that was like my focus when I got home from work, so I didn't really do a lot of traditional or drawing art or whatever. And then Inktober, I try to keep up with it, but again, working traditionally, I feel like it takes away from all the stuff I do on the computer, which isn't necessarily bad. It's good to take breaks like that, but I don't know. I've always, I don't know. What I did show though, I was proud of. I did like my Sailor Moon. Again, trying to do a little bit more fan art, go out of my comfort zone, and then I guess Ophelia type thing, which I was actually happy with how it turned out. Maybe I'll revisit that in a digital format. This is not mine right here. This is from an artist, Peachy Mars, on Twitter and Tumblr. It was just really cute, and I wanted to share it with like my very few active followers on Tumblr. So, yeah, there's that. And then November and December. So these past 2 months, I've really been pushing myself to do things like stuff that I can sell on my Etsy store, which is where the fish stickers came in, the hat stickers. I also have been pushing for more videos, so I've been keeping that up like every week. I think I missed maybe 2 weeks the past few months. Not this past year, but the past few months. And as it stands, because of Tumblr's new policies, I'm not going to be using Tumblr to post art because I don't want to risk my stuff being like hidden like right here, because then I like, oh well, what did you block? And then it's just gone, and I can't even get to any of it. I don't even know what it was. Most likely the mermaids, but whatever. So right now my Tumblr is going to be primarily to show off like new product to sell, stuff like that, in my YouTube videos. So that's kind of like my year in review for 2018. So for 2019, in January, I've been having this idea for like months. I really want to improve upon my art and anatomy and all this other stuff, because I know I need to improve. So I kind of made like a Studiouary type challenge, and I kind of made it by week versus by day, because daily challenges are really hard to keep up with. And by doing like studies and doing it weekly, you give yourself like time to relax. You give yourself time to like, you know what, I'll just spend like maybe 2 days this week focusing on whatever topic it is, you know. Yeah, it just makes more sense to me. So I put this together, which I'll share with everybody as well on my Twitter if you want to like try and do this as well. So week 1 is gonna be like focusing on the bones, which I know I need to like get better at, because sometimes when I'm drawing, like I forget that there's I want to say like a notch near the wrist, and then it looks really weird when I draw. I'm like, oh, why is this so flat looking? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's like a little, I guess, you know, notch or bump or whatever that's there that I didn't draw in, so it looks weird. It's same with like the knee and the hip and everything. So revisiting the bone structure, I can keep that in mind when I'm actually drawing. Then week 2 is I figured the head, because I've been kind of not forgetting, well yeah, I guess forgetting certain things about like how far the skull actually goes back, you know, how flat the front is without the nose, or how, you know, it's just little things. And then week 3, muscles and then 4 dynamic poses because I really need to get better at that, like bending and stretching and foreshortening. And then week 5, draw whatever in whatever, or a sculpt or anything. I figured that would give me a boost starting in the new year for my artistic skills, and then hopefully it would carry over throughout the rest of the year or bring up good habits and doing studies periodically throughout next year. Like with the hand, I spent like an hour or so making sure I got that right, using reference, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing in January. And then the rest of 2019, I think I'm going to just keep making stuff that I actually enjoy making, and hopefully I can finish my stories and make more videos because I actually am really enjoying that. So yeah, happy New Year, and thank you. Oh, and thank you for like over 200 followers on YouTube now, or subscribers, whatever. I do appreciate it. It's definitely been a long time getting there. Like every time I log in, I'm like, oh, I got 1 subscriber, and then past week I'm like, oh my god, I have like 5 new subscribers. It's kind of surprising to me, at the same time exciting. I guess because someone's honking outside. Oh my god. It's like an art YouTube channel, and I think that they're really hard to get off the ground. And I personally don't see a lot of art channels that not fun, but I don't know. I just don't see a lot that I can relate to. There's very few, So I'm glad that I can relate to somebody out there and that my channel is worthy of their subscription. Yeah. So that's all for this video. I will be putting out another workflow tips this week as well, which is pretty chill. And then I'll get back into making tutorials again. I hope this video was fun. If you want to share what your goals for 2019 are, let me know. If you want to participate in this Studyuary, or if you want to rename this because I really couldn't think of any other clever way of doing this, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and have a good one, and Happy New Year again.